Yo. Let's talk about the dual Toxocyst and Gauss run. As I said in the pinned comments on the video before this one, I do level caps. I don't make Gauss builds. I'm not a Gauss player, not even a Gauss main. Let's see usage where Gauss even is. 0.4%. I've used the normal Atlas more than Gauss. You know, just to have an idea of how things goes. Jesus Christ. Even Rhino, the normal Rhino. Oh my god. So, the build is a mess. I would say that around 60% of the runs are not really planned. I make a build, I go into the mission, I do 10 rounds, okay, 20 rounds, easy, 30 rounds, starting to get good. At 35 rounds, you kind of start having the idea if you're going to be able to level cap or not. That's usually where things start getting kind of rough, and you'll see if you have enough damage or not in the following levels. So, this was around my second build that I took in there, and after 2 or 3 like exit and go back into the mission to get a decent tile set, I would say that those rooms were not even decent. They were pretty trash due to the amount of corners it had. But even with that, I felt that it was one of the smoothest and fastest runs I've ever did. My timer would be around the 2:30, but when I got to like 1:45, I got tired and took an hour plus away from the game and then just came back and finished it. It feels really good to play Gauss, to be fast like he is and also tanky as he is. Surprising for me. So, talk a bit about the build. I haven't put any Archon shards yet, but I think it could be good. When I saw there was something going with the shield regen, I just put it in as much shield recharge as I could, because if I can regen shields, if I can tank even if more than one hit per full shields that I have, then there are more chances for me to activate Arcane Aegis, which pretty much allows me to be invincible. And that was around that, the whole thought process about how to survive. Rolling guard to help a bit. So adaptation, deflection, vigor, fortitude, rolling guard, and brief respite for defensive. And then duration, energy max, intensify, always good. I took shooting gallery, but I would easily replace this. I would say that it works pretty well on the starter levels, but I don't even know. It's just as levels increases and the more Eximus units you get, the least if less effective this thing becomes. That's how I can say about it. Again, about survivability, I know that Gauss has it on the battery and stuff, but if the shield recharge has a cap, I don't know. I don't think so, but the shield recharge delay has, and it's capped with his passive, so that's something. The thing is, if you're getting attacked, you can use Mock Rush like once, get shields because of brief respite, and then it will start regenerating like crazy. You know, it feels like cheating if like the shield gate, it's kind of busted, but it's busted until you get around the level 2000, I would say. Yeah. Before that, it's a walk in the park. You're pretty much invincible. And it's that. What could I have traded Shooting Gallery for? Probably Nourish. I didn't have any problems with energy, and I wonder if I even needed Energize because of his 2. Nourish would be pretty good. Other than Nourish, what could I use? It's kind of even hard to tell because he's just so good. Could use Molt to distract enemies. Could use Resonator, but you know, it used to be better because Blastgate, now Blastgate is dead. Oh, Zada's Whisper. I thought about using Zada's Whisper, but I kind of had mixed feelings for it because I took the Cedo as a primer, and Cedo as a primer and Zada's Whisper does not... It isn't really good because you can't control where the glaives are gonna be going. If they like hit the enemy, you know what the fuck it hit. If it hits the knee, your shots are gonna get redirected to the knee or something like that. It's kind of... If you get the headshot, good. If you don't, you're effed. The proc, you know, it's kind of how it goes. So I just ended up going with Shooting Gallery, and that's it. Yeah. I had something, but I forgot. Cedo, this. Oh yeah, I remember. For survivability, not only this setup with Shooting Gallery and stuff, but the Sentinel with his build, Guardian as first. Duplex Bond just provides you with a ton of survivability. It's really crazy. It's definitely one of the best mods for survival. The invincible clones of your companion are gonna be drawing aggro, and that's busted. Especially if you put some cold and radiation on your weapon. The stat weighting is effed, but it was just working. Shivering Contagion also. So it was really a combination of things that was... It really just allowed the first 35 to 36 rounds to be a walk in the park and have like absolutely no problem. Saw the primer, the dual Toxocyst. I've shown you guys this build before. It's nothing crazy and would probably have worked much better if I were using Zada's Whisper because Bane, you know, how things goes. If you noticed, I switched weapons a lot to keep my reflex draw up, and I should have taken Twitch on my primary, as I think it... I don't. There isn't. Oh yeah, soft hands for this one. I think it stacks, right? The holsters, the accuracy on holster. I think it stacks, but I just forgot to take it because the dual Toxocyst does have a lot of spread, and you don't really want to be hugging demolishers, you know. Bow Prime. Why the hell would I be using the Bow Prime? I usually tell you guys it's the weapon you should really not go for. Or if it's like the least interesting of its week. The thing is, movement speed and sprint speed. That's it. We're gonna get 40% increased sprint speed. That's pretty much it, because it's 20% sprint and 20% movement. So yeah, if I don't know how the math applies, it might be even more at the end. I don't know. Or if it's like straight 2020 being 40, or you guys understand, I think. I sometimes use this thing to just swing a bit on the enemies, but it wasn't meant for it. I put some stuff to, deal some damage, but it was kind of slow and, it's problematic. The main reason to have a melee healing return, it did save me, I would say, on 4 health drain conduits, around that. Focus is your Nairu. Already talk about Dirgan Verglass. And yeah. I really have no idea how this build is, how good or how bad it is. It just worked for me. If you have suggestions about the build, how to make it a lot better, please leave it in the comments below. Leave it a like, subscribe, and peace.
Till next time, friend.